Osrc News at 7. CBN vows to tackle commoditization of Naira notes. INEC boss Yakubu calls for reforms amid increase in frequency of by-elections. Women group organizes prayer for sustaining peace, divine protection in Ondo State. And from the foreign scene, UN braces for funding as US withdrawal from WHO poses global health crisis.
Good evening and welcome to the News at 7, coming to you live from Osrc Television. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Olayemi Cardoso, has vowed to tackle the buying and selling of Naira notes, which has become widespread in the country. Cardoso made this vow in a keynote address at the inaugural Stakeholders Conference of the Committee of Heads of Banks Operations in Lagos. The CBN boss stated that significant threat not only to the banking sector but also to the daily lives of Nigerians who rely on the currency for transactions. He said the Apex Bank strategies to tackle the commoditization of the Naira are enhancing public engagement awareness on the responsible use of the Naira, strengthening cash management system to ensure fair distribution across the country, collaborating with law enforcement agencies to enforce existing regulations and bring perpetrators to book, promoting digital payment channels to reduce the use of cash transactions. Still staying with the executive, President Bola Tinubu has directed the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu to coordinate Ogoniland in the oil-rich Niger Delta area to resume oil production in the area. The president, who gave the directive when he received Ogoni leaders, including Governor Siminalayi Fubara at the Aso Villa, said his administration will prioritize peace, justice, and sustainable development in the area. Tinubu called for unity and reconciliation, urging the Ogoni people to set aside historical grievances and work together to achieve peace, development, and a clean environment. The president asked ministers of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and the Rivers State government to cooperate with the Office of the National Security Advisor to achieve this mandate. In another development, the federal government has tasked stakeholders involved in oil and gas, mining, quarrying, and petrochemicals, among facilities and sites to ensure environmental sustainability. During a workshop for staff of the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, noted that industrial activities in Nigeria must align with the highest standards of environmental protection and sustainability. According to him, decommissioning is a crucial aspect in the life cycle of industrial activities, as it involves the administrative and technical actions taken to remove some or all of the regulatory control from a facility so that the facility and its site can be reused and repurposed. The minister added that over the years, the country has witnessed poorly managed decommissioning and remediation efforts leading to long-term environmental damage, public health crisis, and substantial economic cost, while noting the importance of the workshop as crucial to environmental sustainability. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has urged Nigerians to prepare for a nationwide boycott of telecommunications in protest against the federal government's recent approval of a 50% increase in telecom tariffs. In a statement by its president, Joe Ajaero, the NLC condemned the tariff hike, describing it as an unjust burden on citizens already grappling with economic challenges. The Labour Union expressed concern over the timing of the hike, saying it coincides with rising inflation and declining purchasing power. The NLC president stated that telecommunications services have become a basic necessity, with the average Nigerian worker spending approximately 10% of their income on telecom charges. The NLC president, however, urged Nigerians to reject the tariff hike and prepare for collective action, including the possibility of a mass boycott of telecommunications services to compel a reversal of the increase. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has raised escalating cost and logistical challenges posed by the increasing frequency of by-elections across Nigeria. Speaking during a consultative meeting with political party leaders in Abuja, Yakubu emphasized the need for legislative reforms to establish cost-effective methods of filling vacancies as the national and state assemblies. This comes as human rights lawyer Femi Falana urged the Commission to discontinue the conduct of by-elections, citing them as a wasteful venture. Yakubu disclosed that since June 2023, the Commission has recorded 23 vacancies caused by deaths or resignations of lawmakers to take up executive positions. Yakubu reiterated the Commission's long-standing call for reforms, noting that alternative systems for filling vacancies are successfully implemented in other countries. And the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development has alerted Nigerians over the outbreak of anthrax in Zamfara State. The Director, Information and Public Relations Department of the Ministry, Ben Bemgung, in a statement also advised livestock farmers to put in place preventive measures. Gung efforts such as risk assessment, surveys and ring vaccination of susceptible animals in high-risk areas, stated that prompt detection and response are critical to containing its spread. The Senate has lamented the country's failure to conduct a population census in the past 19 years. The Red Chamber stated that it has made Nigeria a laughingstock among the Committee of Nations, which regard credible data and proper planning as the standard practice. This was even as the MPC chairman, Nasir Kwara, hinted that the biometric model of the head count is being worked upon. The Senate did not hide its displeasure at the absence of credible data and statistics for thorough and specific planning in the country due to a lack of headcounts over the years. This came to the fore during the 2025 budget defense session, which the NMPC chairman had with the Senate Committee on National Identity and Population, chaired by Senator Abdul Ningi of the PDP Bauchi Central. Consequently, the legislators directed the National Population Commission to ensure Nigeria holds a nationwide census this year. Beatrice Ekweremadu, wife of a former Deputy Senate President of Nigeria, Ike Ekweremadu, has been released from the UK. My aide to Mr. Ekweremadu confirmed the development. Ekweremadu, his wife and a doctor were convicted of organ trafficking by a UK court in March 2023. After a 6-week trial at the Old Bailey, they were found guilty of facilitating the travel of a young man to Britain with a view to his exploitation. While Mr. Ekweremadu was later sentenced to 9 years and 8 months in prison, his wife bagged 4 years and 6 months jail term. Going by the pronouncement of the UK court, Beatrice has not completed her jail term, which was 4 years and 6 months. It is unclear for now if she was granted pardon in the European country. Women will continue to play pivotal roles in fostering unity and enhanced development towards enduring success of every administration. This necessitated the one-day prayer chain convened by the Odatiwa Women Group seeking God's face for the successful administration of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. The program was geared towards sustaining peace and divine protection for all. Omorola Ugbenji has details.
The importance of prayer of women in peace, sustainability, and national growth cannot be waved aside as it contributes significantly to the moral, social, and economic growth of communities and the nation at large. The one-day prayer chain for Ondo State and the government of Lucky Aiyedatiwa, championed by Dr. Seun Osamaye, gathered women across the state to pray for peace, sustainability, and divine protection for all. The convener and immediate past special advisor to Governor Aiyedatiwa on Women Affairs, Dr. Osamaye, explained that the program was organized based on divine instructions.
You may think you are praying for the governor, you are praying for the state. You don't even know tomorrow whether you will be the one in charge. So that is why when you are called to do something, do it with all your heart. Do it with all your soul. As mothers, we are nurturers. We are not just women. We have a divine mandate to protect our husband, to protect our children, to protect our home. Ondo State is ours. This administration, we live up to its name in the name of Jesus.
In her message, officiating minister Bishop Funke Felix Adejumo introduced 4 principles for women in 2025, including gladness of heart, constant gratitude, orderliness, and collaboration. She encouraged them to continually pray for the peace and progress of the state.
Our lives must be orderly. You can't open your mouth and say just anything against the government. That's not orderly. God puts them there. You can't open your mouth and talk to your husband anyhow. Even if it's as short as a bottle, you saw him like that before you married him. So what? You can't say something like that. No. You have to give honor to whom honor is due. So in 2025, Ondo State women, be grateful. Stop looking for mistakes. Stop looking for things that God has not done. Look at the things He's done. Count your blessings. Let them one by one.
The 4-hour prayer session provided an opportunity for thanksgiving and intercessions for Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the government, and the people of Ondo State. Omoriola Ugbenji, Osrc News.
You're watching the news at 7, coming to you live from Osrc Television. We'll go on this break. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Don't go away.
It's the Glow Festival of Joy, and it's raining exciting prizes. Oh, for 120 days, we take it to the max. Mind-blowing, loaded prizes. Take John, winning a tear rubber Toyota Prado by recharging up to 100,000 naira. And Sister T, winning a Cha-Cha Kia Picanto by recharging up to 50,000 naira.
From the sky, coming to you, yes, the gifts are unloading joy all over Nigeria.
From Toyota Prados to Kia Picantos, Keke Napets, generators, sewing machines, and even grinding machines. Just dial *611#. Choose your prizes, recharge the value for the month, and you too can win.
Whoa, you too can win, oh!
Thank you for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV. And on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel, Osrc TV Ondo. Now, Akure Secondary Commercial School's 60th anniversary celebrations are in full swing, with a lecture program held at the City Hall in Akure, the state capital. This milestone marks 6 decades of academic excellence and contributions to education in Ondo State. Osrc's Abidemi Akinrotoye reports.
It was prom and celebrations as Akure Secondary Commercial School's 60th anniversary celebration continued with great enthusiasm on day 3 as students, alumni, and the community came together donning the school's iconic blue and white attire. The day's highlight was the anniversary lecture with the theme Education Funding and Support, featuring contributions from leaders who reflected on the school's alumnus impact and its vision for the future. The guest speaker, Omoluwa Folorunsho, disclosed the role of all students in funding and support to promote educational development.
The new funding for education, we may have based education. The players in the education sector, this is the teachers and the non-teaching, all the human resources that makes education work.
The wife of the Oshemowe of Ondo and a proud alumni of 1978 set, Comfort Kiladejo, shared her perspectives on the significance of the 60th anniversary celebration.
The school, the parents, as well as the people that are pass out, the alma mater, must come together to do the needful to help the school to attain its heights in the area of education, infrastructure. This will help our economy.
The 60th anniversary chairman, Adeniyi Adebisi, highlighted the importance of collaborating with the government to enhance qualitative education.
If the government is incapable or maybe due to their financial something they are unable to do it, let them give it back to owners. It has happened in Lagos, it has happened in so many states. So that is one way to it. The other way is for government to partner with the old student. The PTA should be comprises of automatic member of the old student association so that they can also contribute to it.
The chairman of the occasion, Mr. Bode Sumonu, highlighted the significance of the lecture in shaping students' outcomes, focusing on factors that impact learning and grooming them for future purposes.
We were able to come up with one important suggestion, that the school should think of having their own website sponsored by the old students, which e-learning could be facilitated within the school without necessarily relying on the state and websites. It will help a lot in advancing the course of education in Akure Secondary Commercial School.
The day 3 of the anniversary ended with the launching of the anniversary publication. Different activities were mapped out for the long week celebration, which will climax with Thanksgiving on Sunday, January 26, 2025. Abidemi Akinrotoye, Osrc News.
The Ondo State Security Network Agency, Amotekun Corps, has arrested 4 kidnappers in Akure and Ipele axis of Ondo State. The Amotekun commander, Adetunji Adeleye, who led the parade of 21 suspects at the Corps' headquarters in Akure for various criminal offenses, reinforced commitment towards making the state inhabitable for criminals. Joy Pius now completes the story.
Various crimes ranging from anti-open grazing violations, kidnapping, theft, attempted murder, among others, led these 21 suspects into the night of the Amotekun Corps. Luck ran out of 4 suspected kidnappers who allegedly have been terrorizing Akure and Ipele axis of the state. Also paraded is a suspect who allegedly used pestle to snatch phones from his victims and one Wande Ogunsi, who had allegedly stolen 3 motorcycles from unsuspecting Okada riders in the Irili axis.
I sell one, I sell and 700. The other one, I sell at
50,000.
The other one is 350.
Noel Bulus was caught on the run wearing handcuffs and wandering the streets. He said he was initially arrested but escaped.
They closed the main one, but they did not close the other one. I now come out from the door. I used the back door. I now left. I now started walking on the street. One man now saw me and called me again. That what is in my hand? And I said that it's handcuff. Said that I should stay here. He will remove it for me. I don't know. Before I turn, and I saw him taking 2 people. And now come and pick me up.
Amotekun boss Adetunji Adeleye attributed to the 24/7 U-Tide patrol of the Amos Rangers deployed to comb the forest.
Today, we are parading 21 suspects that have breached peace in various parts of the state in the last fortnight. We are rounding up the Yellow Tide 24/7 patrol, and we are concentrating more on the Amos Rangers as a result of the increasing rate of security breaches on our forests. The breaches at our borders had reduced as a result of the activities of the Amotekun Rangers. In the last 1 month, the Corps had intervened in about 15 kidnap issues that the timely intervention foiled the kidnapping. So we want to thank the public and ask for their support in the provision of more actionable information.
He charged residents to be security conscious, board vehicles at registered parks, and urged motorcyclists to avoid walking late into the night. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
Tragedy struck in Akure, Ondo State, as 2 children were burned to death in a mysterious fire outbreak at their home in Oluwatuyi area. Reports According to reports, the children's mother had gone out, leaving the children alone in the house. Eyewitnesses say it is a usual practice for their mother to leave them locked inside. The incident has sent shockwaves through the community, with many expressing sadness over the tragic loss of the children. In the same vein, a hotel fire in a ski resort in northwestern Turkey has killed at least 66 people, officials said. According to the Minister of Interior, Ali Yalikaya, the blaze broke out overnight in the restaurant of the hotel in Kataliya in Bolu province, adding that 51 others were also injured. Kemisolo Jamal tells us more.
Once this fire started, it spread quickly. The hotel in the popular Turkish ski resort of Katalkaya was hosting more than 200 guests. Many were trapped on the upper floors, some jumped from the windows.
It took at least an hour and a half for emergency vehicles to arrive. In the meantime, the flames spread a lot because the building's made of wood. During that time, people started to jump out of panic. There was nothing we could do. All we could do was watch. We just watched people jump.
It was like the apocalypse. You cannot focus on one person or one place. The flames engulfed the hotel immediately in like half an hour. They engulfed it very quickly.
The hotel is on the edge of a cliff, making it difficult for emergency teams to reach. Some witnesses say its fire detection system failed. Authorities say they acted quickly and did everything they could.
The first report of the fire was received at 3:27 a.m. and the teams took action as soon as the report was received. The first intervention was made by our emergency teams at 4:15 a.m.
6 prosecutors have been appointed to lead an investigation. The fire is believed to have started on the same floor as the hotel restaurant. 4 people have been detained, including the hotel's owner, Kemisola Ojomu. Osrc News.
Moving now to the U.S., where on President Donald Trump's first day, he announced that the U.S. would withdraw from the WHO, significantly affecting the UN as WHO's top funder. The U.S. contributed $1.2 billion in 2022 to 2023. The UN refrained from criticizing Trump, but noted that the funding gap would increase pressure on other donors. Elsie Stefanik, Trump's UN ambassador nominee, suggested withholding UN funding as a potential action. Analysts believe the UN is more prepared for Trump, but acknowledge that the current geopolitical climate is more unstable than in 2017. Trump's approach this time is faster and more aggressive. Oluseyi Akinwalere has details.
The Trump administration has barely started, yet already the effects have been felt at the United Nations, this time with the announcement by the U.S. President that the United States will pull out of the World Health Organization. The U.S. is the WHO's top funder, contributing $1.2 billion to the organization from 2022 to 2023. On Tuesday, the UN was careful not to directly criticize Trump.
The agency, as you know, relies on a number of donors, both from governments and private donors. And obviously, any shortfall from one group or one country will put additional pressure on other countries and other donors to step up.
The UN has seen this move before. During Trump's first term in office, it cut U.S. funding to several specialized UN agencies it deemed as having anti-Israel bias. In a confirmation hearing on Tuesday, Elsie Stefanik, Trump's nominee to be UN ambassador, made it clear holding back funding to the UN was an option.
Most important levers to wield authority to bring about reform?
I think our vote on the Security Council and the fact that we are the biggest funder.
Analysts say while Trump might be the same person he was 4 years ago, the world isn't.
Yes and no. Yes, because they know what to expect just in terms of his personality. However, the geopolitical circumstances of the times today are profoundly different than they were when Trump first came to the UN in 2017. The world is a much more fractious place. The UN system is in a much more precarious place today.
Oluseyi Akinwalere for Osrc News.
To end the news at 7, here again are the major stories. We told you that CBN has vowed to tackle commoditization of Naira notes. INEC boss Yakubu has called for reforms amid increasing frequency of by-elections. We also told you that Women Group has organized prayer session for sustaining peace, divine protection in Ondo State. And from the foreign scene, the UN has braced efforts to seek more funds as US withdrawal from WHO poses significant health crisis globally. And with that, we've come to the end of the news at 7. Many thanks for being a part of it. Good evening.